Alright, sub pop-up culture shop. Today we're gonna be reacting to Steve Sells. He's been on my radar for a little bit. I see his little TikToks and short-term videos of him flipping stuff, and that's basically what he does. Is he learns how to convert stuff into more money, whether it just be as simple as going to Goodwill and finding out something's actually worth more than it's on the sale floor, and we're gonna watch him do his thing. I watched a little snippets on real YouTube reels, but I haven't watched the full story. So let's hop into it.
I'm starting a custom G-Shock watch business. Alright guys, so I've had this idea for the last 6 months or so, and I'm just finally now getting around to it. But basically I saw a few Instagram pages on my feed that were selling these really unique custom G-Shock watches. If you guys watch some of my other videos, you know that I've been getting into watches. I bought my first Rolex recently, even a vintage Apple watch. I love that thing. But my day-to-day watch is a G-Shock. I used to not really like them, but I've found that it is just a great durable watch. Plus I don't have to worry about losing it or damaging it as much, because this costs under $100 compared to thousands. Anyways, after seeing these cool customized G-Shocks on Instagram, I started researching that market a little bit.
I got me 2021's Samsung smartwatch right before they cut off the frontier models. So it's just with smartwatch 3 or smartwatch. I believe this is smartwatch 3, if I recall correctly, with the SE model, so it could actually be a phone as well. Yeah, just been enjoying it. You can switch little tabs with third-party apps and stuff. Fun stuff. But let's see. Let me hop into it. As me watching Luxury Bazaar, I have been delving more into the watch world. Fun stuff. I like watching the whole culture and people just flipping stuff.
And I found a couple sellers on eBay that actually sold them too. They looked like they were selling anywhere from $150 to $300 after they were customized and modded. As I said before, a normal G-Shock, no mods or customizations, you can get for $70 to $100 all day. So you can see how there's some margin to play with there. And if you can buy new G-Shocks at wholesale prices, well, you can do even better. What I didn't know is how much the parts for the customizations would cost, aka the new straps and hour markers. So I went to Alibaba and started searching, and I found that I could buy the rubber straps for about $23 each, and the metal bands for about $30 a pop. As for the custom color hour markers, I talked to one of the suppliers on there, and they told me that they were only a couple bucks a piece. It's just a little piece of plastic, so I was really hoping that these weren't going to be expensive. Now, if you guys didn't know already, the mods that these custom watch businesses are making are intended to make the GA2100 G-Shock look like an AP, which is a very expensive watch. A customized G-Shock for $200 or an AP for $20K plus. They have sort of a similar look, but one doesn't cost the same as a house down payment. So after doing all my research, I decided to pull the trigger and buy all the supplies I'd need to give this business a go. I bought 8 different watch bands, 3 steel and 5 rubber ones, along with 10 or so different hour marker inserts. I wasn't sure which ones I was going to use, so I just got a variety to pick from. I also dropped an additional $675 on 8 brand new G-Shock watches in a few different colors. I personally found the best prices on eBay. All of them were around $70 to $90. I was really excited to give this business a go, and I even got a quick logo made for my new customization brand, which I decided to call Carrot Customs. Because your boy likes carrots, we're making custom watches, and I don't overthink names. Also, when else have you seen a carrot wearing a watch? I mean, this is innovative stuff here. Now, the watches I ordered didn't take long to receive. I had them all in my hands within a week or so, plus some were from the same eBay sellers, so they shipped together, which was nice. I got 2 of these rainbow face ones, this matte black with green, a red one, 2 pure matte black ones, this cool gray camel one, and then matte black with blue. I really like that one as is, to be honest. They, of course, all came with the original
like the last one the most.
Packaging and paperwork.
Or all black. All black's always good.
And definitely were brand new. The custom bands and hour markers from Alibaba did take a couple weeks to get. So if you are going into this business, you need to keep that in mind and make sure that you plan ahead so that you don't run out of stock. Inventory management is a whole discussion for a different video, but we won't go too deep on that today. Everything did show up though, and the bands were actually really nice quality. I was very impressed by the finishes on the cases. The hour markers, well, they look like a nice piece of small molded plastic. Nothing too crazy to talk about there. Now, I have never taken a watch apart before or done anything like that, so I did what I always do in this situation and went to YouTube. Fortunately, there were a few different videos showing the process, which were really helpful and gave me the confidence that I needed to do this. A G-Shock isn't overly complex like some other watches, but still I was nervous. Before working on anything, I planned out which customizations I wanted to make to each watch. I put together all different kinds of combos, and after an hour, because I was honestly having fun with it, I finalized my decisions and it was time to start making these mods. Now, to do this is fairly simple. You obviously need the right
Would I do this? Not really. Just because I already have a little bit too much on my plate. I do my main job, which we'll keep it disclosed for the moment. I also run a online storefront, and I also run a couple properties. But like, and then on top, I'm doing this for fun, so I'm making sure you guys get 2 YouTube videos a day. 3 if I stream. 3 if I really want to get into the card game scene, card game meta, which I'm probably gonna do a stream tonight for you guys. So if you see me wearing the same shirt, you know when this video was recorded.
Tools, which my mod kits that I got from my supplier actually came with the proper screwdriver and stuff. I decided to use my own, which I like more, but the one they provided would have definitely worked. So what you do is first remove the original G-Shock band from the watch. There's just these 2 little pins that you push on the back on each side, and then they pop right off. After that, you remove these 4 screws on the case of the watch and pull off the rubber cover. You're then left with the core of the G-Shock. Next, you just take your new band and slide the G-Shock case core into the slot. It's got these nice little cutouts for the buttons and everything. It fits perfect. At this point, you're almost done. All you need to do is screw in the 4 brand new matching screws that came with the band, and that's it. You now have a customized G-Shock. Now, on a couple of these watches, I did end up replacing the hour markers too, which was a little more work. You have to remove the back of the case, lift out the watch internals, and then gently remove the existing hour markers and replace them with the new ones with the tweezers. This was definitely more time consuming, but I only replaced them on a couple watches, so it wasn't terrible. Now that I've done it, I know I could do it a lot faster next time. So I spent probably 2 hours total learning and customizing these watches, and I was pretty happy with how they turned out. So here they are, the first Carat Customs G-Shocks to hit the market.
Ooh, silver black. Lazy putting in work. Lazy Susie. Ooh, camo orange. Not a big orange guy.
I just wanna have fun, turn around now,
The Goku watch. That's pretty funny. Oh, black and
turn
rainbow.
around now. I just wanna turn around, dance.
I would have thought he might have put the rainbow on this one just because it already has the translucent stuff, or I might have not just came out too good.
I just wanna
That one was pretty slick. I like number 5.
I just wanna have fun,
Green Power Ranger over here.
turn around now. I just wanna out and turn around now.
Favorite so far is number 8.
Turn around now.
Now, a couple of these watches are definitely not my cup of tea, but I made some design decisions based on what I saw was selling on eBay already pretty well. For example, this rainbow face with the bright orange band, I don't know, it's a lot. My favorite is probably this one. I like the silver band with the black bezel and sort of that Tiffany blue accent color. I also really like how the one with the green band turned out. So the next day I did a little photo shoot with the watches so I could list them online to sell. I decided just to use this watch case I had laying around to display each one in. I kept it simple, just 4 to 5 shots per watch. One of the front, the side, the clasp, and the bracelet. I then brought these photos into Lightroom on my computer and applied the same edit to all of them just for time's sake. I think overall they turned out pretty well. You obviously want to have great looking images, but you don't want to obsess about them because you definitely hit a point of diminishing returns. I'd rather have 200 listings with images of this quality than 10 listings with super professional, perfectly lit images. But that's just my opinion. I should add that it does depend on where you're going to sell your products. I'm going to be going to eBay with these watches. If you were trying to sell them on your own website for more premium prices, then it might make more sense to dedicate more time to your images. So just keep that in mind. But like I said, I chose to list these watches on the marketplace that I'm most comfortable with, which is eBay. As for pricing, I'm into each watch roughly for, if we average it out, about $110 per unit. My goal is to sell all these watches within a week or 2, and my minimum I wanted to accept per watch was about $160, because after fees and shipping, we'd still be left with a $25, $30 profit. So with that information, I decided to start all the watches off at a price of $200 a piece. I said in all the listings that the buyer would receive the customized G-Shock and the original bands too. That way if they wanted to switch them out, they could. Another thing is that eBay has these item specific fields that they want you to use in your listings. I found out that for watches that there are a ton of them, so the first listing ended up taking a while to set up. But once that one was done, I was able to copy it, switch out a few things, and set up the rest of the 7 listings pretty quickly. At this point, I had all the watches up and it was time to
God damn, that's just now just posting it up sounds very time grueling. but I guess it's worth it.
Wait and see if we made any sales.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it.
So after just a few hours even, I noticed that my listings were already getting a lot of views and watchers. And that's sort of the nice part about a customization type of business and why I wanted to try this and make this video. You can leverage that popular brand name of what you're customizing because customers are already looking for it. For example, if you make custom Nike sneakers, tons of people are already searching for Nike online. So by using that heavy hitting brand name in your title or on your product page on your standalone website, you're able to generate traffic just from
SEO, edit at work, search engine optimization.
from that keyword. If you were trying to promote your own brand that no one really knows about, well, it's a lot harder because you need to find a way to get people to care about it in the first place. Customization businesses are great for beginner entrepreneurs for this reason. But anyways, let's get into the fun stuff, our sales. So the first day I sold this black steel G-Shock for 200 bucks.
My favorite.
Has those nice custom blue hour markers, got the full asking price, and I made 60 bucks in profit. Over the next 2 days, I negotiated a deal with a buyer because he wanted to buy 2 watches from me so I could ship them together and save a little money. He ended up paying $165 for the orange camo one and $165 for the green one that I really liked. After fees and everything, this came out to another $60 profit for these 2 watches. Not great margin wise, but it was an easy sale. After that, I sold my favorite customized G-Shock, the steel with black bezel and Tiffany blue accents for $189.95. That gave me a $50 profit. Then I sold this rainbow face one with the navy strap for $175 and also the steel with red for $175, adding another $80 in profit. After these 6 watches sold pretty quickly, there were a couple days where I didn't make a sale. I thought about maybe switching a couple customizations around with the remaining watches, but I ended up just lowering the prices slightly and I was able to sell the last rainbow face one for $175. I was hoping to get more for that one just because I had seen a couple sell for over $200 previously, but again, I was trying to flip these quick, so that added another $40 in profit. Now I was about a week and a half in and I had sold 7 out of the 8 watches for a total profit of almost $300. In my opinion, this was a success and I decided that I wanted to keep the last watch for myself. I'm pretty confident that it would have sold within a week or two, but I mean, why not? I'm gonna switch out those rainbow markers. I just don't love them. I do like the all black strap though. It's pretty sweet. Okay guys, so I am editing this video right now and I realized that I forgot to include an expense.
Breaking third wall. Wow.
So when I ordered the watch bands from China, their price was $23 to $30, depending on the material. I ordered these a really long time ago. I've been meaning to make this video for months, so I kind of forgot. But in addition to that base cost, there was also an $80 shipping fee. So this would add roughly $10 in cost per watch. I sold 7 of these watches, so 7/8 of 80 or $70 of inbound shipping fees should be subtracted from my profit total. Still over $200 in profit, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. Also, if you were able to order hundreds or thousands of these watch bands from these factories, there's no doubt that you could reduce that shipping fee substantially to where it would be negligible. Again, just want to make sure I covered that. Enjoy the rest of the video. So here are my final thoughts on starting a custom G-Shock watch brand. I think it's absolutely a viable business. I only had 8 watches total. My startup cost wasn't insane or anything. There are sellers on eBay with thousands of listings selling these things. I do wonder too if they actually stock all these customized watches or if they just customize them, take pictures, and then create new combinations with the same parts. That way you can have tons of listings but not have to carry as much inventory because you can make them on demand as orders come in, assuming you have the parts stocked. I also know that my pricing was a bit lower than what other sellers are pricing theirs at. I wanted to flip these quick, so that was my intention there. If you look at recently sold on eBay though, there are several that have sold in the $200 to $300 range. So your profits, if you're willing to be a little bit patient, could be even higher. I think the key is to create combinations and designs that are different. It does take a little bit of creativity, but if you can separate yourself and figure that out, then this market is still fairly untapped. Also, I just saw that there's some new Rolex G-Shock mods coming out, so I'm sure if you stay on top of the new bands and cases that are being released, you can make better margins that way too. Obviously, if you're one of the first to sell a new style mod, then you'll likely have success with it. More than that, don't just limit your mind to watches. Think about other products that you could possibly customize. Maybe you could figure out a way to customize AirPods or Apple Watches, or snapback hats of popular teams. Just look at the popular brands around you and see if there's some sort of spin on their products that you can make. Yeah, I think this is something that I'll just do on the side because I did enjoy customizing the watches and photographing them. It honestly was really fun to do. It gave me that same sort of thrill as like building a Lego set as a kid. That's it for this video though. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which of the customized
Overall, great video. I like the whole aspect of it. Again, the one all the way. It's good. It's basically the top 2 that you like. The one that right on top of me, or the one in the bottom left corner, bottom right corner from you guys. Overall, great video. Heavily enjoyed it, but I just find it a little tedious. So with the shipping and stuff, but Best Buy does a great job. Not Best Buy. eBay does a great job with to make sure all that stuff goes on pretty smoothly. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you want me to react to next down in the comments down below. And last call to action: please leave a like if you're here this long. I'd appreciate it. It helps the YouTube God algorithms push my YouTube videos to other people. Yeah. All right, guys. Take it easy.